Oh my God. I was like, oh yes, you idiot. How can you not see it that way? I just had this aha moment regarding UGC creators, user generated content creators, and how UGC is totally a way for brands to get around the Federal Trade Commission disclosure rules and to appear more authentic and genuine than they really are. And I'm just like blown away because I never thought of it that way. And this just goes to show you, you're constantly, the social media creator economy, this whole game is constantly changing. The algorithms are always changing. The features are changing. Platforms come, they go. Everything is just a constant state of moving and shifting, and you really can't sit still. And even if you call yourself an expert, you're not really an expert, because if you're not keeping up with the changes, you can be actually teaching things. I did that actually today, and I'm going to talk about it, what I did today later on in this video, to your followers or to your audiences or to your course students that's totally outdated and doesn't even apply. And like, wow, oh my God. Anyway, so what am I talking about? Here's what I'm talking about. So it was a full circle moment. So the top of the circle started about a week ago when the 360 launched its X4, which is like a pocket-sized camera in 8K, which is amazing because, the smaller the camera, the better, because these big, bulky cameras are great for quality. But if you can get the same image quality as you would get from like a, Sony Mark II, the big fancy camera, but in a pocket size, as a content creator, that's a game changer. So it started off a couple of weeks ago, so on Threads, people were talking about all these mega creators talking about it, and someone mentioned the fact that none of them disclosed. And so I jumped on that to say, hey, they look like they're all violating the Federal Trade Commission disclosure rules. If you're new here, my name is JJ Gatz. So as a lawyer and a fellow content creator, I help my fellow content creators decode the laws related to the creator economy, including brand deals and terms, laws that come down that impact our industry, and then Federal Trade Commission of the United States disclosure rules. And if you are not new to this channel, you know that I say if you're given anything for money, an actual product, or even a commission in exchange for endorsing a product, anyone can endorse. You don't need to be a creator. But the minute you're given something in exchange for endorsement, the Federal Trade Commission wants you to tell your audience. Why? Because people can then take your endorsement with a grain of salt, knowing that you may or may not be saying this because you're getting something out of it, and then they can just make an informed, fully transparent decision. There's nothing wrong with that. But the thing about that is that takes away from people taking your content seriously. And a lot of times brands know that the creators get less engagement. People scroll past a post that they see the ad button. There's any indication that they were paid. Sometimes people just don't even watch it. So brands and everyone know that. So that's why I see people might not want to put those disclosures. Anyway, so I hopped on that and said, yeah, it looks bad. And especially because a smaller creator said that when they approached that same brand about a brand deal, that brands asked them to say, hey, we may not be able to hire you or get into partnership, but if you do happen to use our product, please talk about it and don't mention the fact that you got paid for it, or just don't disclose the fact that that we were getting paid, which is a clear violation. So I'm just like, clutch the pearls. Oh my goodness. Full circle moment. Today I'm on Twitter, now X, and Roberta Blake, who is known on YouTube for helping fellow content creators who are smaller become larger, grow, be better creators, get their money right, and things like that. So he's very, very active on X these days. So he posts a sort of takedown on the fact that he says there are PR agencies that are actually asking people who they send products to not disclose the fact that they were given this product by the brand in order to make it seem more authentic and genuine. And I was like, wow, really interesting. But someone responded to his and said, yeah, it's just like UGC. UGC brands are hiring influencers as actors to get around the FTC disclosure and to appear more authentic. And I was like, oh my God, I never thought of it that way, which is like, whoa. I always thought of it as like the reason why they do that is because audiences and consumers, similar to the way people get up during a TV show when a commercial comes on, they scroll past ads on their social media feed because they don't want to be sold to. And when you hire a creator to create an ad that's more native to the platform, that looks more like anything you'll see on TikTok, anything you'd see on Shorts, anything you'd see on IG Reels or Snap or Facebook. When you create content that looks more native to the platform, people are more likely to sit through it. So it's just about being native to the platform. That's what my naive, myopic, sort of narrow view was of UGC, like an idiot. And then I was just like, oh yeah, totally. And this is the full circle moment. So, because it is possible that those brands at Insta360, I'm not saying this is what they did, but it's possible Insta360 hired those large creators to create UGC content. The difference between UGC, user generated content, which ordinarily in its original native form meant just like, for example, I buy these glasses and I think they're amazing, and I'm a genuine purchaser, and I go on and say, hey, these glasses are amazing, and then the makers of these glasses say, hey, can we use that? That was great. You generated content, you promoted, use that and reposted on our account. And I say, yeah, sure, because at that point, if I wasn't a creator, if I'm not an influencer, if I have a full-time job, that's not what I do for my living, of course, yeah, great, yeah, why not? I enjoyed it, yes, let other people know about it. Go ahead and do that. That's the original user-generated content, when you weren't paying anybody, because it's my genuine love of these glasses. But when you pay someone and give them money to to say these glasses are really great, when maybe they never wore the glasses before, you're essentially paying me to be an actor when I never ever used these glasses before, to say the same thing as me as a regular user use. So user generated content is paying influencers who know how to promote content to make it look genuine. Oh my God, I was like, oh yes, you idiot, how can you not see it that way? Dumb. So that's what they do. So when they pay these big macro influencers, they may have just said, don't post it on your account, because the minute they post it on your account, it then become underneath the FTC disclosure requirements, because now they're posting it to their followers and subscribers, and now because of that, now they have to tag and they have to say ad and sponsor. But if they don't do it, then they're not necessarily an influencer who has to, they're not under the FTC influencer, they're an actor just being paid to endorse. And when I see Jennifer Gardner promote Capital One, she doesn't have to say, hi, I'm Jennifer Gardner, actress, I know her, I know what she looks like. So she's endorsing Capital One, she's saying all this stuff like that. So same thing, if there's a big content creator and it's not underneath their feed, when the brand pays for the ad to appear in the feed, to go on my feed, I'm like, oh, hey, there's such and such, such and such. Oh, they're using this product. Oh, they're loving it. So I already know who they are. I'm not seeing it under their feed, but I'm seeing it as part of an ad. So it is an ad, but I'm not looking at the fact this ad. I'm looking at the fact that my favorite creator loves this Insta360 camera X4, and I want to get it too because they love it and they look really happy about it and they're touting it and they're just talking about it really great. So that's the loophole, just not to have it on their feed and just to post it, have the brand pay for them and post it elsewhere. And I'm just like, wow, there are loopholes in everything. There's loopholes in tax laws, in using other people's content. As you watch this channel, I talk about the fair use, which is an exception to the U.S. copyright laws, which says that you have to get permission before you use other people's content, unless there's certain categories of that you can use it for education, for different, snippets. There's ways you can get around with getting with that legally. So essentially, this is a legal loophole. And I was like, whoa, okay, yeah, that's what could it be? It may not be, I don't know, because I'm sure actors, yeah, I don't even know. It may fall under a different category for disclosure under the FTC. Who knows? I got to go research that. But I just thought that was interesting because another aha moment I had this week was I saw a bunch of data regarding to pins, and I was like, oh, this is a new Pinterest feature I have. This is great. And I was talking about it. I even filmed another video because someone was like, oh wow, that's really great. Come to find out, a Pinterest marketer who does this regularly, because I kind of like checked out a little bit, said, nah girl, that is keywords everywhere extension. You probably have it in your browser and that's what's pulled in the data. That's not a new Pinterest feature. So I was like, duh. So that just also tells you that when you're getting advice, get advice from people who are entrenched in the industry, who's doing it all the time, because everything is constantly changing and shifting. There is a huge marketer who's well known, who has a course related to Pinterest that people were just talking about recently because her course is outdated. She's teaching stuff. She hasn't come back to the platform. The platform's changed. She hasn't updated, and she's taking people's money and teaching them practices that will not only possibly get them banned from the actual platform, it doesn't work. It's not going to help them grow. So for her own good name, it's like, oh, anyway, interesting. More tips like this. Keep following this account and more aha moments. JJ Gat, if you're watching this on YouTube or Instagram, anyway, Always learn. Keep scrolling. Follow along. Oof.